The real truth about modern bodybuilding. Dorian Yates, six-time Mr. Olympia, says modern bodybuilding is in a bad era. Derek Lunsford just proved him completely wrong, and the irony, the criticism Yates throws at today's champions is the exact same criticism he faced in the 90s. Let me explain why this changes everything. 2025 was supposed to be impossible. No Mr. Olympia champion had successfully defended their title in nearly a decade. The Sandal Trophy was a revolving door. Then, Derek Lunsford walked on stage and did something only one other bodybuilder in a story has done. Lost the title and then took it back. 3 major victories in 2025: the Olympia, the Arnold Classic, and the Pittsburgh Pro. 1 year, 1 athlete. Historic domination in the most competitive era bodybuilding has ever seen, whether Dorian Yates liked it or not. Let's break down what Lunsford actually accomplished. In 2023, he wins his first Mr. Olympia, dethroning both Hadi Choopan and Samson Dauda. Then, in 2024, Dauda wins. Most champions will crumble under that kind of pressure, but Lunsford, he goes and does the work. 2025 rolls around. First, he beats Dauda at the famous Arnold Classic. Months later, he reclaims the Olympia crown, leaving Dauda and Choopan and Andrew Jack in his wake. He becomes only the second bodybuilder ever, alongside Jay Cutler, to lose the Olympia and win it back. That's not a weak era. That's a bloodbath where only the absolute best can survive. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Dorian Yates, 6-time Mr. Olympia, absolute legend, says this current generation lacks aesthetics. But let's talk about what critics said about Yates in his prime. Blocky waist, abdominal distension, arms that didn't match his back development. Sounds familiar? Those are exact criticism thrown at Lunsford today. Wide waist, weaker arms, relative to the rest of his physique. Yates didn't conform to the aesthetics of classic legends like Chris Dickerson, Samir Bannout, or Lee Haney. He was a granite block, a mass monster who created his own standard. He had the most developed back in history at the time. Shoulders that cast shadows and legs like tree trunks. But he was constantly questioned on his proportions. Yates definitely revolutionized the sport by refusing to be what came before him. Now, he criticized Lunsford exactly for doing the same. There are 2 archetypes in bodybuilding: the statue of David, flowing lines, classical proportions, aesthetic perfection. Think of Sean Ray, Flex Wheeler, Frank Zane, Serge Nubrecht. And then there's the statue of Hercules, raw power, intimidating mass, structural dominance. Yates and his legendary mentor, Mike Menzer, were Hercules. Franco Columbo, Arnold Schwarzenegger Paul, was Hercules. And when Ronnie Coleman, the legendary Ronnie, stopped trying to be David and fully committed to being Hercules, he became unstoppable. Here's the critical insight. Samson Dauda, the 2024 Mr. Olympia, is actually lost between these two paths. He's trying to maintain David aesthetics with Hercules mass, and that indecision cost him the title in 2025. He's just in free fall because he hasn't accepted and embraced his true identity. Lunsford won because he finally understood what Yates and Coleman knew decades ago. You cannot win trying to be something your structure won't allow. Lunsford embraced the Hercules path. Hadi Chopin, one of the most consistent competitors today, clearly follows the Hercules blueprint, and it obviously works. Yates dominated for 6 consecutive years, Coleman for 8, Phil Heath for 7. That kind of sustained dominance is extinct nowadays. Not because modern champions are weaker, but because the depth of competition is absolutely brutal. Every single Olympia in recent years could have gone to 3 different athletes. The margins are razor thin. Could Yates or Coleman compete successfully today? Absolutely. Could Lunsford, Chopin, or Andrew Jack compete successfully in the 90s? Without a doubt, without a question. The difference isn't talent. It's that today you face 5 legitimate threats instead of 2. The standard hasn't dropped. The battlefield just has expanded. Look at Andrew Jack, 3rd place at this year's Olympia. He's been called the next big thing. Chopin has been consistently placing at the top for years. The talent pool isn't shallow, it's a vast ocean. Yates looks like a regular person today, which is very fine, but he seems to have forgotten that for once he was called a refrigerator, the widest bodybuilder of the 90s, the mass monster everyone feared and was scared of. Critics said he ruined aesthetics. They said he was too blocky, too thick, not pretty enough. Is nostalgia clouding Dorian Yates' judgment? Is he threatened by Lunsford redefining what the Hercules physics looks like in this decade? Because that's exactly what Yates did in his own era. He redefined the standard and made everyone else adapt or disappear. So, is this a bad era for bodybuilding? No, I don't think so. I think it's the most competitive, unpredictable, and demanding era the sport has ever seen. Derek Lunsford proved that by doing what no one else could in nearly 10 years, defending the Olympia title but taking it back after losing it. He did it by embracing his own structural reality instead of fighting against it. The same lesson Dorian Yates learned when he became the mighty Shadow in the 90s. The real question here isn't whether bodybuilding needs more David or more Hercules physics. The question is whether legends can recognize greatness when it doesn't look exactly like their own reflection. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments.